the holiday blues.
The one thing you need more of so you can enjoy the holiday season.
An all-natural fix for your mood, energy, and sleep.
So there are lots of foods that contain variety. Some of these are the highest.
Plus, he's cooked for the president. Now, Chef Roblé shares his secret for easy holiday entertaining.
One cool thing about this is once it's done, you have your whole dinner in one pan.
Coming up next.
I gotta eat this all week long. We'll save lives today. You guys ready to get healthy? Welcome. With so much to do. Oh, they're excited today. It's the holiday season. There's a lot to be excited about, but sometimes we forget to take care of ourselves in this busy time. That's why we're starting off with the all-natural fix for your mood, your energy, and your sleep. We got the one thing you need more of so you can enjoy the holiday season. And for many of us, this time of year is also known as the more the merrier time. So we're all getting you prepared with healthy and affordable cooking for a crowd. And lots of people come to visit with you. And finally, when it comes to our health, we tend to blame our genes. I think a lot of us really do, deep down in our hearts, believe that's the problem. But two of the most influential healers are here to say we can transform our genes to live a more healthy and happy life. So I asked my audience today to bring their best friend. It's probably, you're going to adore this, probably the number one thing you need right now that you could be missing.
Vitamin B6. She's your best friend forever. Let's say she's like your body's Taylor Swift. BFF is AWOL. You're cranky, anxious, can't concentrate. That's because B6 is a natural-born mood booster. And when you're not hanging out with your BFF, you can't sleep. You're flattened by fatigue. Just not right, day or night. That's because B6 regulates your body clock and restores your energy. B6 also boosts your immunity to fight off diseases. And when your BFF is gone long enough, you get sick. If you want to shake it off, the blues, the blahs, and the bleary-eyed exhaustion, get with your BFF B6. After all, she completes you.
So I'm joined by two BFFs. The whole audience is their BFFs here. So I understand you guys have been best friends for 30 years.
A long
friendship. Friendship. Jig, jig, jig. She has to deal with me. It is what it is.
So what started this? Was it love at first sight?
Love at first bite?
Yes, more like that. We just track.
She we met in track. I, of course, had to win in the track meet, but what makes me like Iris is she's funny. Exactly.
So, Iris, what would life be like if your BFF Lisa was not around?
Well, now see, if Lisa wasn't around, life would be a lot more
Lie to me.
boring.
And
she saves me out of, I don't know, just to be there. She's supportive. She's there when I need her. She lifts me up.
Aww.
We've been through ups, downs, highs, and lows. And,
more lows than highs.
You need that person, and you also need somebody who is, okay, Lisa, she'll tell me her opinion.
Yeah.
And whether we might agree or not agree, but either way, the decision that I make, she supports.
So here's the thing. In our body, believe it or not, we also have BFFs.
Oh, okay.
For example, vitamin B6.
Oh.
It actually is there to do all the things you're just describing, at least it does for you.
Supportive.
Yeah, it supports you. It helps all the things you're doing work out. You can make whatever decision you want in life, and it'll still be there to support you. And if you don't have it there, you don't have your BFF next year. You don't have your wing person. So I'll give you an example. Which one of you is more prone to being moody? Okay. Oh, it's Lisa?
Why you put me on blast like that? Like, really? This is national television.
And sleep issues?
No, it's true.
Okay, choppy. I have sleep issues. I have issues. You know that.
No, the thing really is, it's a weird thing. We were on the same page at one point, and then she became a mommy,
and
I'm not.
And,
I'm a night owl.
So whichever your issues may be along those lines, the sleep side, the moody side, I want you to pay attention because that's where your BFF in your body, the thing that a lot of Americans, surprisingly a lot of Americans are short of, it's this vitamin B6. So stand here for 1 second. You're gonna come. I'm gonna bring you back at the very end. I'm gonna teach you exactly what you can do about this.
Okay.
I brought in a good friend to show us how B6 can help with bad moods and sleep problems and a lot of other issues. Integrative doctor, Tieraona Low Dog. How are you? How are you? And you also remember my core medical team. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
We met our BFFs over there. And earlier this year, you actually testified in front of Congress about a vitamin BFF we have, this vitamin B6 that I mentioned. There you are. You look very distinguished, by the way. So why is this so important now? Why are so many women deficient, and how many are?
Well, almost 30 million Americans are deficient at levels that are really, really low in their bloodstream. So this was using blood tests, not just surveys. And twice as many women are affected with B6 deficiency, and it disproportionately affects African American women in particular.
And what makes it so difficult to get our vitamin B6? Why is it so low?
Well, part of it could be the diet, but another thing we think is happening is that as inflammation rises in our society, inside of our bodies, inflammation seems to sort of use up the B6. And as you've talked about on your show, inflammation, this kind of low burning inflammation, is really common now. It's caused in heart disease, diabetics. Almost half of people with diabetes have low B6. I mean, so as inflammation rises, it causes B6 levels to plummet. Also, women, because we have estrogen, higher levels of estrogen, and many women take oral contraceptives or take hormone therapy. Oral contraceptives drive down B6 because the higher your estrogen, the lower your B6. So there's a number of things that we think are going on in addition to diet.
Can we show everybody how this actually works? I want you to appreciate exactly why vitamin B6 is so important. Come on up. So let me show you the food that you're eating. There, the broccolis, the cheeses, and the drumsticks, you got it all there, right? Now, like a best friend at BFF, it picks you up. It shares its closet with you, it dresses you up, takes you on joy rides, you have a great time. It takes nutrients where they need to go, including for important bodily functions like your brain, literally driving those nutrients to allow your brain to release those feel-good hormones that make you be able to do things you never thought possible. It also triggers sleep by feeding them that sleepy melatonin. So you end up being able to be wide awake in the daytime with your BFF present. And when it's not there, it causes lots of headaches that we're gonna talk about. We talked about sleepy issues, we talked about problems with mood. There are other factors that affect us as well. But I want you to explain to everybody, what is it about vitamin B6 that's helping us fight diseases, the newest research there?
Right, so I think you covered B6 is really important. You cannot make serotonin and those hormones for mood without B6. You can't make them. But also we know from research that was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association that it dramatically reduces your risk of colorectal cancer. It is highly effective for premenstrual syndrome, reducing depression, irritability, the things that are associated with that. And many people don't know, but it's the first line recommendation by the American College of OBGYNs for morning sickness. It's highly effective for the treatment of morning sickness. Our first recommendation, B6. B6.
All right, so let's go over how much we need. I think people are pretty much convinced it's important. I brought back Lisa and Iris, who are still BFFs over here.
Okay, BFF for our bodies.
I love you too.
Everything looks good. Everything.
So how much of this B6 do we need to avoid this array of issues you brought up?
Well, you need at least 1.5 milligrams per day, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's not as easy to get as you might think. So there are lots of foods that contain varieties. Some of these are the highest. So I'm a huge avocado for breakfast fan. I love avocados. And so one way that you could think about getting your B6 is to think about pairing them with each meal, kind of like your best friends, right? So avocados, and here you could just take some sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds are the richest source of B6 that we have. So you could, on a slice of whole grain taste, real nice.
We grew up eating that.
Hummus with your fermented or raw cruciferous vegetables, and so for women, cruciferous are very healthy for us anyway. Hummus, though, this is a nice a snack for you. Salmon or chicken, along with sweet potatoes. I know these are French fries.
That's Iris. She literally orders in the restaurant all the time.
If you had a choice, get the sweet potato fries.
Okay.
So this is also a great way. If you were thinking about all of these, you could really get your B6. Now, I know this seems odd. You see this can
I was
over
just
here.
thinking
I know. But the canned green beans are actually one of the highest sources if you're looking at sort of these fresh vegetables versus canned. Canned green beans. So maybe you just didn't have any fresh cruciferous, but you had a can of green beans in the pantry. Something to use.
Takeaway for me is this is for your mood issues.
I'm the one.
And this is for the constipation that Iris said you had.
She's older, so she.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Play together well. All right, question. You guys feeling like a zombie sometimes? Straight out of The Walking Dead? We've got all the natural sleep remedies that are coming up next. Be right back.
Next, are you dragging your feet all day? Dark circles under your eyes? Running on empty? Dr. Low Dog is here to help you get back the rest that you're missing. All natural remedies to help you fall asleep and stay asleep. Next. My guide to thrive during the holidays.
How long would you recommend keeping leftovers?
From cooking smart and eating healthy,
There's a strategy to making those leftovers last.
to finding balance and shutting down stress. All new Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
Even if you don't watch The Walking Dead, you may recognize this type of zombie. It's called a mombi. Identified by dark circles under the eyes, grunts. They hunt caffeine. That approach them with great caution. Now, my viewers have identified some mombies in the wild, and they're getting turned in today. Dr. Low Dog is going to help them, all these wonderful mombies, with all natural remedies for sleep. You ready for this? Could be you. The first mombi is a new mom who, well, accidentally added something extra to her husband's tea. Watch carefully.
Dr. Oz, you gotta help me. My wife is turned into a mombi. You got the milk for the baby?
I can only do one thing at a time. I'm about to take it out. Oh, man, let me go grab it. I know you're not laughing.
So, about that tea, huh?
So, Dominique,
Yes, Dr. Oz.
how many hours of sleep were you running on? You can hit him, it's okay.
About 4.
4. It's tough. So, here's the funny part. I'm going to show you a little clip, everybody. Here's the clip that Gary, thank you, Gary, by the way, for all this wonderful footage, took of you putting the phone in the fridge. I know you're not alone.
Don't judge me. Don't judge
New
me.
moms have a difficult time. Daphne, my daughter's not sleeping so much, and she's
Yeah.
doing all kinds of fun things like that. So, how much do you miss the sleep you used to get?
I miss it a lot. I really do.
And what is it that keeps you up besides the kids making noise?
It's really the baby, and I work at home. I'm a business owner, and I'm a designer, and I'm always designing in my head. So it's just like I'm designing, when I should be sleeping. So
She designs dinner.
Yes. What are you gonna do to Gary when you get home, by the way? He'll pay the price?
well, I try to be nice. Sometimes I might grunt.
Come over here. That's grunting if we do this the right way. Dr. Low Dog has got recommendations for all the folks who cannot fall asleep, because there are different reasons we don't sleep well. Dr. Low Dog, what do you have?
Hi there. So there are many different kinds of natural things you can use to fall asleep, but probably one of the strongest is hops. Okay. People have probably heard of hops because of hops in beer, right? It's been used to ferment beer for a long time. Now, I wouldn't buy hops by itself because it's bitter. But you can buy it in blends where it's been blended with mints and chamomiles and other things like that. But hops binds melatonin receptors in the brain. This is very safe, but in randomized controlled trials, it shows that it's equivalent to sleeping medications, but without any of the side effects. So think about that. What did it taste like?
It kind of tastes like mint tea.
Got a little bit of mint in it.
Okay.
They flavor them up to sort of not make them taste quite so bitter. I would look for a blend that has some mints, but hops is your magic friend, okay? Hops.
Hops.
So what you're going to do, I want you to give the bitter hops to Gary for making those videos. And you take this
I sure
home with you
will.
to deal with the kids.
Thank you very
Thank you very much. All right, you got to check out this picture of the next mombi. She's a whole new meaning to getting beauty sleep. Gina, please come on up. Coming over, Gina. So, Gina, here's the deal. That was a very interesting experience you probably were having with your kids. All right, come sit down. Have a seat in the bed with Dr. Low Dog. So, walk us through what you do if you're just being up at night. And you're waking up early, I guess, in the morning?
Yeah, I wake up around 8 o'clock in the morning to get my kids off to school.
That's not early.
Well, I'm a DJ, so I stay up late every weekend.
Oh.
I get home at 4:30 in the morning, but Monday comes, I'm like dragging.
Got it.
Yes.
So, what do you recommend for the draggers?
I think you're going to have to figure out how you're going to work your schedule, maybe going back to sleep afterwards. But so much of sleep is around ritual. And I find that moms in particular need ritual for themselves. One of my favorite sleeping essential oils is jasmine. You can make your own essential oil spritzer at home. Just take 10 drops of your essential oil, put it in a little ounce bottle, and then spritz it all over your pillows and sheets before you go to bed at night. It's amazing. Light a candle, lay down, take some slow, long, deep breaths and welcome sleep. I mean, part of this is we're running 100 miles a minute, and then we lay down and expect just to fall asleep, and it doesn't happen. So part of this is getting into a ritual or a routine that will allow that space for sleep to occur.
She's not gonna light that candle, so I'm gonna do it.
Oh, yeah.
Pardon my back here. But I want this thing to be lit up there because I think symbolically, if I can get it going, there it goes. It means a lot. And I think with these bits of advice, I appreciate all the thought you give, both at the food level, but also the mind-spirit level. It means a lot. Good luck with the worrying. You can do it. Up next, while your holiday guest with a dish that President Obama approved, one of the hottest chefs around shares his secret to impress a crowd. Be right back. Next, before your house fills up this holiday season, Chef Roblé has the secret to easy entertaining.
It's simple, keep it approachable.
Healthy and affordable ways to cook for the crowd. Great food that doesn't cost a lot of money or a lot of time.
This is really good.
Next. We are showing you healthy and affordable ways to cook for the crowd that shows up at your house this holiday season. And my next guest is here with some wonderful ideas for big events. Chef Roblé is here. He's cooked for some of the most famous people in the world, including Justin Timberlake, Rihanna, President Obama, everybody. And now he's on the show. Chef Roblé, how are you?
Great. Thank you for having me.
So a lot of folks might think about the events you're giving off and think these are incredibly posh events. But you're actually arguing that we can cook for lots of folks, make it healthy, and do we have to spend a lot of money or even that much time?
Not at all. Especially this time of the year around the holidays, you have big, large family gatherings. You don't want to keep it simple, keep it approachable. We want to do like comfort foods, something like what we're about to do today.
Well, show us. This is going to be penne with turkey bolognese.
Yes.
Did I pronounce it Robles?
Yes, all of that. I'm all of that.
All right, walk us through it.
So, one cool thing about this is we're substituting ground turkey instead of ground beef, so it's a little healthier.
Good.
And the idea here, I like that too. I actually made this for, Jill Zarin from Housewives of New York?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, this summer I was at her house, I was cooking for her and her friends, and there was some ground turkey, and it was in the freezer, and I was like, let me do something with this. So what I did was, I made like little turkey burgers, right? I seasoned them well, and then I turned that into the bolognese sauce.
All right, show us how you did it.
Okay, so right here we have some ground turkey. Oh, I'm already getting applause. Didn't even cook yet.
Yeah, they think they're getting food from you. That's why they're applauding.
Oh, hey, keep clapping. You just may.
It's a mercenary crowd.
Mm-hmm. So salt, pepper, fennel seed, a little bit of oregano. So it's almost like we're making a turkey sausage, right? A little bit of oil right here. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in the pan as well.
I'll work the oil in the pan.
Yes.
This is my specialty.
So you're gonna go in with the onions and a little bit of the carrot. Also a little bit of garlic for you.
I love garlic in this stuff.
A little bit of parsley and a little bit of thyme. The cooking doctor.
The cooking doctor.
I
can do left-handed and right-handed.
All right. So it's very easy. You make a little patty, and then of course you brown it. It's gonna come out like that.
All right.
And then what you want to do is you take these patties and
these you could freeze, I guess, and store if you wanted.
You could, or you could finish the whole sauce and then freeze that in different little plastic containers, right? So like I always had the little pint containers at my house.
Should I break these up?
Yep, break them on up. I keep the pint containers at my house, and I'll pack like a pint at a time. So if I have some friends over, I'll just defrost some of it, add in some pasta, and you're good. And we're going in here with the chopped tomatoes.
This is just chopped tomatoes, not even sauce, just chopped tomatoes.
Yep, right out of a can. So you're gonna keep working that, and it's gonna cook
for about 45
minutes.
I get the hard work.
Yeah, you get a little workout too.
Yeah,
so you're working out before you even ate, so you're balancing the whole thing out. You know what I mean?
Perpetual optimist.
There's levels here, okay?
All right, so now we gotta cook the pasta itself, right?
Yes.
That's what it looks like after I work for my tail off for 45 minutes.
After you work it, it's gonna look like that. I'm gonna pop this top on there, and I'm gonna steal this, okay? So, here's your sauce. We're gonna go in with a little bit of this penne. You just fold that right in there. The cooking doctor.
Yes, the mixing doctor more than
mixing doctor. So, and once that absorbs and you mix it in nicely, it's gonna look just like this, right? So we put it in a bowl.
Doesn't that look good, guys?
It sure does.
This is really, really good. But you would store the sauce before you add the pasta to it, obviously.
Yes.
I gotta eat this all week long. And this is for a big crowd, too.
Absolutely.
Right. You got two other fast things you want to show us.
Yes, really quickly. So this is the salad that I did for a fundraiser for our president, Obama, about 2 years ago.
Good for you. Now, Chef Roblé insisted on this last little deal. This is the French toast crunch that he's made for Leonardo DiCaprio, Rihanna, Justin Timberlake, a lot of folks.
Right.
And you get to taste this. But this is the one, I'm not sure, this is a Dr. Oz approved menu item, you think, or not?
I believe that it is, right? This is dessert.
Yes.
I think French toast is dessert. People eat it for breakfast, but it's sweet. There's sugars in there, but we use toasted honey. Like we use a natural sugar toasted honey. We take you can take brioche or like challah bread, French toast batter, and then we roll these little cubes around and crunched up cornflakes and a little bit of cinnamon, so you have some texture duality. It's crunchy.
So Chef Roblé, we're going to allow the audience to judge
I think
this.
that's a great idea.
When we come back, we'll get their vote. Coming up, Chef Roblé's roasted chicken dish that is so good it ended up on the TV show Empire, and I'm not kidding. Wait for it.
Coming up next, Chef Roblé shows us step by step how easy it is to make the dish that won a starring role on television. A recipe that won't intimidate anyone.
I'm going to be judging how well you do this.
The perfect way to entertain this holiday season. Coming up. My guide to thrive during the holidays.
How long would you recommend keeping leftovers?
From cooking smart and eating healthy,
There's a strategy to making those leftovers last.
to finding balance and shutting down stress. All new Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
That is Chef Roblé making an appearance on the hottest show on television, Empire. How did you end up doing that?
Well, I had met the creator Lee Daniels a little while before that, and he needed a chef, and he thought of me. And all I knew was that I was doing the scene with Naomi Campbell, so I was like, I'm on the next thing smoking. I'll be there.
You did it. You look beautiful. All right, if you invite a guest up here, roasting a whole chicken is a perfect way to entertain this holiday season, but it has something about it that just intimidates the heck out of us, including one of our viewers, Risa, who's joining us today. So Risa, what is it that scares you about making that?
Well, I'm afraid that I will burn up my kitchen. I'm afraid to entertain people and season it the right way, and it just terrifies me. I'll eat chicken all day long. I'll have it for lunch, but I'm afraid to cook it.
A lot of folks turn their kitchen into a crematorium when it comes to chicken. They burn the heck out of it. Chef Roblé is going to show us how to do it. Easy to do.
Yes.
Simple steps. Everyone follow along here. And Risa, I'm going to have you do exactly what he does to prove it's not magic. So step over here.
Right.
And I'm going to be judging how well you do this.
No.
Yes.
Chef Roblé, take it away.
Yes, and one cool thing about this is once it's done, you have your whole dinner in one
Can I take it home?
pan. Of course you can. So we're gonna. This is how your chicken would come normally, right?
No, you do yours.
Yes.
Okay.
So you want to tuck these wings back.
Okay.
Gonna make this nice and neat, right? And we're gonna take a little bit of olive oil.
Okay.
Right in this bowl. We're gonna basically make like an seasoned herb
Right
oil.
Follow.
A little bit of parsley.
Exact same thing. Keep up with them now. Come on.
A little bit of thyme.
All right. This one.
Okay. Yep.
Parsley, thyme.
We're gonna make some lemon zest, right?
Zest.
Right. Just draw.
Zest.
Yep. Nothing like some fresh lemon zest to brighten up your day.
Oh my goodness. You're gonna cut yourself.
I told you.
Look what he's doing.
I told you I don't know how to
No,
cook.
he is moving the grater over the lemon.
You're gonna have to stitch me.
Right? I'm gonna stitch you.
Yeah, see, he knows about working with sharp stuff.
Exactly, as opposed to this.
Okay.
I don't know how to cook.
Well, you're doing it right now. You're halfway there.
Right.
Mix.
Mix. Okay, so what you want to do
Salt, pepper.
now we are going to season. So, and the cool thing about this is, if you're one of those people that like to take the skin off of the chicken, I mean, you guys can be weird if you want to. It's cool. But if when you take the skin off, you've already seasoned the meat under the skin, so you're not going to lose all the flavor there.
All right.
Right? Okay. So we have seasoned under the skin. I'm going to take this thyme and rosemary. Just stuff it right there in the cavity.
Stuff it inside.
This is flavor, neighbor. Okay. Right here we have some mirepoix, onions, celery, carrot, and also some little lemon chunks.
Okay.
Use gravity help us.
Just pop some of that right in that cavity as well.
He's faster than us, and we got two of us working on it.
Okay.
That's fine. That's perfect. All right.
Okay.
And then?
You guys are a lot neater than I am, though.
No, I'm not neat.
All right, so here's the our final step. Our final step as far as dressing this thing.
Oh,
you want to tie these legs together.
I could help on this.
Okay.
I'm a good knot tire.
Yes. All right.
Hold it there.
So while you're doing that, doctor, we're going to join forces here. These are your veggies. We have some celery.
More?
We have some sweet potatoes.
Again, my knots never slip. Go ahead.
Some carrot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that same oil, drizzle some of that on there for me, please. Right? So we're going to do all of that.
So you want the chicken up in the air a little bit?
Yes, sir. A little salt and pepper.
It's like musical chickens here.
Really?
Teamwork.
There. Hold his legs together if you don't mind.
Yep.
Oh, I got him. Oh, shoot. I almost had that. I almost had that. A whole new technique for Chef Roblé would have adopted. Oh.
Okay.
Don't put your hand in the middle.
You got it. You got it. There you go.
Yeah. All right.
And, okay, we're going to pop that right on there.
Listen, you put it in the oven, you're gonna roast it for an hour and a half at 425 degrees, and it will look like that. And the question is that easier to make than you thought? And please be honest.
Oh my God, yes. I mean, I never thought that.
Aside from the lemon zesting.
The zesting was not good.
Yes, and my chef reminded me to say this: always wash your hands after touching raw meat.
Oh, don't show off.
I know that's obvious.
Roblé. Gonna shine. You can get the full recipe for Chef Roblé's Empire roasted chicken and find out how to carve it on Dr. Oz. We're gonna demonstrate how to do it right now and put it up on the web. Be right back. Next, is it possible to change the destiny of your DNA? Meet the doctors who say you can. Find out how to transform the genes you were born with.
Well, I handed all the good genes to them, but thank God not my nose.
To boost the way your body works and improve your health.
Coming up, we are bringing healthy back this season and want you to bring it too. Grab your prescription pad for fun and sign up for free tickets today. You can go to droz.com/tickets and sign up. What if I told you could change the destiny of your DNA? Just because you were born with it doesn't mean you have to live with it. That's going to change a lot of thoughts. Today we're going to reveal how to transform your genes into super genes to live healthier and happier lives. And here to show us how are two of the world's greatest healers, Dr. Deepak Chopra and Dr. Rudy Tanzi. So Deepak, you've been a physician, a healer, a guru of this movement towards the mind, body, spirit for 40 years. And yet, at this late stage, you decided to go back and do basic research on genes. Why?
Well, if you understand spirituality as self-awareness, self-awareness includes awareness of the five senses, of the body, of internal space, of the breath, but also of the mind, of your thoughts, of your emotions, of your feelings. The more you expand your awareness, the body responds. And what's responding is your genetic activity. Your genes respond to every experience you have, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, relationship, everything.
I am quite certain that the average person watching right now believes that their genes are set, got them from their mom and dad, and they can't change that. What do you have to say to them?
Well, the genes that made you as a baby are set vertically when you're born, as coming out from the birth canal, and then horizontally as you interact with each other.
So Rudy, you have this concept of a super gene. What are these super genes?
Well, as you said, we're all born with certain genes from our parents. And so the idea of a super gene takes advantage of something called epigenetics. This is a new revolution in genetics that focuses on the activity of genes. You can't change the genes you were dealt, but everything you do in your life, every choice, every experience is changing your gene activity. And now, when you take on the right habits and change your gene activity so they're serving you best, even offsetting that risk for disease that your parents give you, we call those super genes.
You were saying genes are like a verb. They're not a noun.
Right. The genes are activities. It's a verb, not a noun.
So let's see what these verbs of genes look like in generations. I want to bring this alive by looking at three different women who all are related. Thanks for being here. I want you to meet Grandma Laura, Mother Sharon, and daughter Amanda. So, Laura, when you look at your daughter and granddaughter, what do you see in them that makes you sort of proud of the genes you handed off?
Oh, I handed all the good genes to them.
Of course.
Everything was good, nothing bad. The hair, the eyes from my daughter, and my personality. But thank God, not my nose.
Not your nose.
Not my nose.
And Sherry, what are you happy you inherited from your mom?
Her patience.
Well, I don't know about that.
And the blue eyes.
Yeah, they are very blue, sparkly blue. And Amanda, you've got lots of gifts, obviously, from your mom and grandma, but there are probably some genetic gifts you're not happy about.
Yeah, I am happy I'm the tallest, but...
Yes, you are. That must be from the father's side.
Yes. But there is a familial history of cancer and heart disease in my family, so of course I want to avoid getting that within my own lifetime.
And do you really think that the genes from your mom and grandma really influence that, your chance of getting disease?
I do.
Come over here, let me show you something. This is going to change your life, and a lot of lives of people are watching right now. Let's talk about these genes, because again, Deepak said they're a verb. They're not set in stone. So here's what happens. Think of your genes like they're a string of lights, right? And all these lights are up there, and they're turning on, they're turning off, depending on what's good and what's bad. In theory, this is the old theory, there's some good genes and some bad genes. Bad ones turn on, good ones turn on, they fight each other. When things go wrong in your body, it's because the bad genes are on, the good genes are off, and because these bad genes begin to dominate, you get illnesses. This is out of your control, right? I mean, the string of lights is like a Christmas tree light. They just went on. You can't do anything about it. However, new research, and that's what our guests are talking about today, say that's not what happens at all. That these good genes actually can turn on, and they can turn off the bad genes. You have that power. And when those good genes dominate, this is the super gene concept we're talking about. It boosts your mood, it enhances your immunity, boosts your metabolism as well, prevents some of those diseases you're worried about, including things like Alzheimer's and heart disease and cancer that so many of us spend our lives thinking we're locked into. So I think this is pretty good news. How would that change your behavior if that was true?
Well, that makes me way more optimistic about my future, and it makes me want to be proactive to live the healthiest and longest life I can.
Come sit down for a second, because I want you to join my experts. As I asked Dr. Tansey the final question. What is the key? Go have a seat. What is the key to turning on the super gene so the Amandas of the world know they've got a whole new vista of opportunities?
Well, even when you inherit a predisposition, a susceptibility to a certain disease, everything you do in your life, every choice you make every day, how much exercise you get, your diet, your stress level, how you're reacting to things, is changing your gene activity. Okay, so that we've known for a while. The newer data says that if you're taking on good habits and routinely doing things that are good for you in terms of your choices, that your gene activity starts to change permanently. That's when we say you have super genes working for you.
So up next, we're going to reveal the plan to turn your genes into super genes. Be right back.
Next, are you blaming your family for your bad DNA? Find out the 3 things holding you back from transforming them into super genes.
We're going to tackle them one by one so you get this right.
How you can change the fate of your health and live a healthier life. Next. My guide to thrive during the holidays.
How long would you recommend keeping leftovers?
From cooking smart and eating healthy,
There's a strategy to making those leftovers last.
to finding balance and shutting down stress. All new Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
Today, we're revealing how to change the fate of your health by unlocking the power of your genes, turning them into super genes to live a happier and healthier life. World-renowned doctors Deepak Chopra and Rudy Tanzi are here. They say there are three things that are holding you back from having super genes. And you know what? It's not your family's fault. Not even your fault. These are things you can take care of. Inflammation, stress, and poor sleeping habits. We talk about them sometimes on the show, but today we're going to tackle them one by one so you get this right. First, we're going to start with inflammation. Dr. Rudy's here. So walk me through exactly how we reduce inflammation in our body.
Well, the way inflammation kills when it goes awry is it kills cells with something called free radicals. It's like a fire around the cells. So first you want to cool the fire. So you got foods that act as antioxidants. Okay, dark chocolate, one of my favorites, blueberries, tomatoes. All of these are great for bringing down your free radicals and kind of just cooling the fire.
Who feels inflamed right now? Who's inflamed? Here you go. Catch it up there. Catch it. Oh!
That's okay. The bacteria are good for you.
Yes, the bacteria are good for you.
Yeah, we're going to get into that next.
All right. So we cool the fire here, and we throw things at people or foods at folks that can help deal with that. Good. Yeah. On the other side, we got to build up our gut.
Right, and this is where fiber comes in, prebiotics. So the idea of having foods that help the bacteria. And every day, your diet is affecting how the bacteria in your gut are working. If they're not working right, it can lead to what's called leaky gut, where you actually leak toxins into your blood and cause inflammation. Mm-hmm. So in order to help build your gut or feed your bacteria, you need probiotics. That means things like yogurt with live cultures, a drink called kefir, which is also live cultures like yogurt, also fermented foods like kimchi, also pickles. All of these are helping.
Sauerkraut works too.
And sauerkraut.
For the hot dog lovers out there.
Right.
What are these?
Yeah.
No one knows what these are. Here, taste this. Tell me what that is. I'm kidding. I have no idea what that. I don't know what that is either. All right, whatever it is. It looks like bran.
Yeah.
All right, it's fiber. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of fiber bran. Yeah,
I put a big grocery list of all these things to help cool the fire of inflammation and rebuild your gut with the right bacteria on DrOz.com. I'll see you in a second.
Okay.
Deepak says the next thing we got to do to get that super gene going is deal with stress. So we talk about stress a lot. Everyone's always using that word, but how does it actually affect your genes?
First of all, let's define stress. Stress is the perception of threat, not either emotional, psychological, or physical. How you interpret your life, basically. And if you're always thinking of life as dangerous, then that's going to turn on the bad genes. If your life is full of love, compassion, joy, equanimity, peace, it's going to turn on the good genes.
So I want everyone to recognize that we know you have bills, we know you have pressure of work, we know that you're fighting to get through the day-to-day stresses, but I believe that we can actually remove stress by doing what you said. Stop feeling threatened by what's happening and seeing opportunities. So please teach people how you do it. Show with them how you've changed the lives of so many.
Well, the simplest thing to do is actually, before you react to any situation, observe your reaction to react. You cut off this vicious cycle.
Watch yourself reacting.
Watch yourself reacting. Become a spectator to your thoughts. That's it.
Can be dangerous.
Just become a spectator and you'll transcend the threat in that simple situation. Now, I also teach meditation. Sit down quietly, close your eyes, take a few minutes, observe your breath. On the in-breath, think the mantra Ah. On the out-breath, hum. That's the sound of breath. I also have a suggestion that you can remind yourself frequently that stress is the worst use of imagination. The best use of imagination is creativity. So once in a while, as you're walking around, just remind yourself, no regrets, no anticipation, just this moment as it is.
No regrets, no anticipation, just this moment as it is.
And if you do that, in this moment, there is no stress. It's only in your imagination about the future or regrets about the past.
One of the times when I think most of us have that story, that imagination working against us, is when we're trying to go to sleep. Rudy, join us if you don't mind. Sleep issues may be the single biggest challenge we have to keeping our genes working for us. Explain if you don't mind.
Well, sleep has never been more important based on recent research. If you're over 40 in particular and you're not getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, you're doing yourself a disservice. The reason is during sleep, it's when your body and your brain cleans itself out. We now know, just based on very recent studies, that your brain in the deepest sleep, the slow wave sleep, this is when a lot of the debris that accumulates that can cause disease is actually cleaned out of the brain. I call it mental floss. So you really need to get enough sleep to make sure that your brain, your body's cleaning itself out.
So what's the biggest mistake we make when we're trying to sleep, Deepak?
Trying to sleep, you just said it. You don't try to sleep, because when you try to sleep, you're actually aggravating the whole problem. Sleep is a natural thing. Turn off the lights, don't have any distractions, no TV, no computers, nothing except darkness, and associate your mind with your bedroom as having only 2 activities, sleep and sex.
Well, on that note, thank you very much, Deepak. We appreciate it. You can check out their new book, Super Genes, is in stores now. We'll be right back.
The Christmas countdown is on. We have last-minute homemade gifts for everyone on your list.
This is a gift that every American needs.
Plus, what Iron Chef Jeffrey Zakarian wants you to know when cooking for the holidays. All new Oz.
That's coming up on Friday. Country music star Joey Feek is opening up about her battle with terminal cancer in a very public and moving way. Joy and her husband Rory are sharing personal home videos that have captured the attention and hearts of millions of Americans. She's choosing to make the time left with her family something to celebrate. Joy's positivity reminds us what it means to have gratitude this holiday season.
Thoughts and our prayers. Thank you for joining us today. Remember, healthy and happy starts at home.